Hey everybody, thank you for joining in. Tonight we're going to take a look at the new Halo Reactor box mod that was sent over to me for review. And before we get into the review, I want to say that I did receive this prior to August 8th. I've been working on this, and now I think it's time for me to feel comfortable to be able to give you guys my opinion onto it. Also, I got some new lighting in. It might be still kind of bleaching me out. Let me know what you think about that. Like I said, I've been fighting with this camera with focusing and everything, so I went out and got some new lighting. So it's kind of a little bit more brighter in my area here. I might have to readjust them and put some different diffusers on, but we'll go from that. Like I said, we're trying to help get a better quality videos for you guys, but we're not here about the lighting. We're here about this here, the new Reactor Mega. This is sold over on their website for $75. This is their Mega Starter Kit, and it sells for $75. It comes with a 5mm tank, and this battery here is a 5,000 mAh battery. It goes from 0 to 80 watts. This also does your temperature control. It'll support nickel, titanium, stainless steel. It has TCR modes into it. It gives you 3 different memory banks onto that, which is very, very cool. This will fire all the way down in your TC modes, all the way down to 0.05, all the way up to 1.5 ohms. And in your regular modes, you've got your 0.1 all the way up to 3.5 ohms. And it will go with temperature from 100 to 315 Celsius to 200 to 600 on your Fahrenheit. It comes in multiple colors: bronze, brushed gray, just like this one here. It has a wood grain one, and they actually have a white one also. So they give you multiple chances also. Multiple choices, not chances. Choices. And like I said, this does sell for over there for the complete kit for $75, and they do give you throw in a 30 milliliter bottle of your choice also of their high VG juice. And if you just want the battery, they sell that for $43 also. Very, very cool. There's more to talk about this here, about the different firmware upgrades, all the different things that this one comes with, but no way to find out any better than going down below. So go grab a vape and drink and meet me down there. Alright, so here we are down below here, and this is the way it comes into here. It comes in, it shows you that it says Halo, and tank I know looks familiar, body does too, and it says on this side here, Reactor, 80 watt starter kit, temperature control. Here it says Halo, same thing here and here. On the back side here, it tells you optimize your vaping experience with the combination benefits of adjustable power, integrated temperature control. The easy to use temperature control features works with Ni200 titanium stainless steel coils to maximize flavor and avoid dry hits. Stacked with dual coil Ni200 sub-ohm coil wrapped in organic cotton, the Reactor tank produces colossal clouds with immense flavor. A convenient top fill and integrated airflow adjustment allow you to take control over your vaping experience. Package contains 1 Reactor 80 watt battery, 1 Reactor 5mm glass tank version 2, 2 Ni200 coil heads at 0.15 ohm, 1 stainless steel mouthpiece, 1 glass mouthpiece, and I could not find that. 1 USB adapter, 1 wall charger, and an instruction manual. Again, we'll go over that. There's your Halo. Keep out of reach of children. Not intended for persons under the legal age of and pregnant women and women who are breastfeeding. So, and then it has all your little things here for recycling, China export, blah blah blah. And then it has there for your NICOPURE, and then it has their address there from Gainesville, Florida. So let's open this up here and take the cover off in there. And it comes with these little pieces of scotch tape on the side to help keep it sealed. And let's take it all out here. Take that out, see what else it comes into here. This tells you, it says, attention, before using your device you must insert a coil from the accessory box. And there's one in there now because I've been using it. It's the other side for instructions, and it tells you how to replace the coil and how to fill it onto there. Nothing else on the top layer. Let's see what's on the bottom. Tells you here it's got your wall charger, accessories, and USB cable. Nothing else. I did not get a user's manual into here, but let's go through what else we got into the boxes here. First one says USB cable, and we've seen a million of them, so you can see it's a USB cable. This one says wall charger. Again, we've seen lots of those. It has your USB, and then it plugs into your wall. I like each box has its one side. It'll tell you what the accessories, but I love the Halo insignia onto this side. There's one of the coils here. I put one in already because I have been using it. They do come individually wrapped. Now, this says here, sub-ohm tank version 2. No other manual in with it. These are, like I said, NI200 coils. And if you just go through, it tells you just about all the different introduction, different components of the tank. They give you a nice instruction booklet on the tank, but nothing onto the device itself. So, but it tells you how to fill it, how to change the coils, and whatnot. And I do know that they have multiple different coils onto it. And again, once we get looking at it here, we'll go over some of my suggestions. So let's get those out of the way so the camera ain't picking that up. Now let's take a look at the device. The device here is actually, it says Halo, and if you look at it, it's going to look familiar. It's going to look just like the eLeaf iPower. This is an 80 watt, 5,000 mAh battery. This is dimensions onto this here are 83.5 from top of the device to the bottom, 49.5 going this way, 23 millimeters going this way here. It does have a regular standard 510, which is floating, I believe. It's a floating spring-loaded 510. We'll get to that in a minute. And on the bottom here, it has your venting and your USB, and then again, it has your China export, and so on and so forth. Let's take a look at the tank. And if you look at the tank here, it's going to look identical to, if you guys had followed me for any length of time, you see me do the Freemax Scylla tank. This is identical to the Freemax Scylla tank. Hang on, I'll go grab one so you can see it. Because I'm always unprepared. That's how I roll. But here is your Halo tank here. The dimensions on the tank actually are 22 millimeter across this way, 75.8 going across this way here. It has your dual airflow control. What you see on this side is going to be onto this side as well. It says it's a 5 mil tank. We'll go over that. It's 304 stainless steel, high grade glass it says, but I believe it is Pyrex. And it does come with this Delrin wrapped into stainless steel. I know it mentioned on there that they had a different drip tip with it. I didn't get it, but when I was looking on the site, they have a glass one or a stainless steel one that you can also get onto it. But like I said, if you look at it here, this one is the Freemax, and here's the Halo. They're identical. If you look at them, they got the same drip tip. The top cap comes off just like that. It's no thing. It's just a twist and lock, just like the Freemax. Same kind of drip tip, like I said. Overall, they're basically the same exact tank whatsoever. They take the same exact coil. They do have multiple coils that they do sell over at Halo. You can get, they have, you sell them in 5 packs for $14. They have the Canthal, you can get them in 0.25 dual vertical, 1.5 ohm single vertical, 0.5 Clapton and a 0.5 dual vertical. You can also get it in the NI200 and 0.25 dual vertical and 0.15 dual vertical, just like what it comes with here. That comes with the kit itself. And they also have stainless steel and 0.25 dual vertical and a 0.5 dual vertical also. So they give you multiple options again. And again, it's going to look just like I said, if you would see me do the Freemax, you would see it's the same. The whole tank does come completely apart, and don't mind it being a little juicy because it has been getting used. But this whole tank will come completely apart, so you can have easy cleaning. This comes off also, so it's very good onto that. And let's put those over here. Your base, you got that nice clicky, so you can put them into different positions. I don't know if it'll pick that up, but you can hear it rolling over. So if you wanted to have it there, it's going to be the same thing on that side. And the coil, like I said, they have multiple coils. It does come with the 2.15 nichrome, or nickel I should say, NI200. If you look at the coil, one unique thing about this coil here, and if you would, like I had said with the Freemax Scylla, if you take your Spire, Atlantis coils, Triton coils, whatever, they're basically the same thing, and will work and operate fully. So again, you have more options so that you can get your different coils also from, like I said, the Triton, your Atlantis version 2. Those will all fit into there, and like I said, they're all compatible with the tank itself there. So let's take that back out of there. Let's put this back in. And now let's take a look at the device. So like I said, with the specs onto it, we've already gone over that it is 49.5 this way, 83. We've already gone through all that. We've gone through this on the 510. Like I said, it does have your USB. This is not only for charging, but it also is for firmware upgradable. So you'll make sure you keep that. It is a non-replaceable 5,000 mAh battery inside of it. It has output voltage. It has your variable wattage. It has bypass mode, which your bypass mode is going to be more like your essentially like it turns this into a mechanical mod. It has smart mode technology. It'll, like I said, it'll do for your temperature control, your nickel, titanium, stainless steel. It has TCR, 3 different modes that you can set into there. Your output rating, wattage rating, is it'll go from 1 watt to 80 watts. Your resistance and your temperature controls, it'll be from 0.05 to 1.5 ohm. And in your bypass and your variable wattage and smart mode, you can go from 0.1 to 3.5 ohm. Your temperature control and your Celsius, it goes from 100 to 315, or 200 to 600 in your Fahrenheit. You can get this in the brushed silver, just like you see here, but it also comes in gray, white, bronze, and wood grain. Another feature onto this, like I said, this does have your firmware upgradable, and you can actually put a custom logo onto here, which I haven't yet because I got to get the right size pixel picture for it. But you can go right onto their website. If you actually not onto Halos, but if you go to eLeaf and go to their website, and you can go and upgrade your firmware. You can actually check to make sure what version you have. It'll upgrade it for you there. It's going to be similar if you have like the cuboid. It's going to look identical to it. When you put it onto there and you open it up, it'll ask you if you want to do the upgrade or logo. Just like I said with the cuboid. So you have that. This has also got dual protection, circuit protection into it for your software and hardware protection, and overcharge protection. It's a very solid unit. So let's turn this unit on. 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll shut it back off. So let's throw an atomizer onto here, just so we can go through without having saying no atomizer. So with it in the off mode, you would turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And to get it into your regular standard, there's your button selections. Here are your down. You have your center mode, just like you do on a lot of your eLeaf products. That'll bring you into your menu. Then you're up. Then they also do have a reset button here on your screen. It'll show you your display for your say we're in your temperature control, where it'll be your temperature, what if it's in Fahrenheit, if you're in nickel or titanium or stainless steel. It'll give you your ohms, your battery indicator, and what wattage that you do have it on. So let's get into the actual first mode of what it would be when you first start it up. And you just hold your center button. And we're on. And now we're in your wattage. So when you look at your wattage here, it'll show you that it does your 24 watts. It'll show your ohms and your battery life. And then when you hit your button, it'll tell you if it's variable wattage, what wattage you're using, and it'll give you a little timer onto it to tell you this does have a 10-second cutoff onto it. And like I said, this will go all the way down to 1.3 watts, and I believe it's because of the coil that's on there, all the way up to 80 watts, and it goes relatively quick onto it. So let's bring it back down, because this is a nickel coil anyways. So if you want to get into your nickel, into your menu, you would take your button here in the middle again, and you're going to hold that down, and it's going to say bypass. Once you get into bypass mode, if you stay in your bypass, now that'll automatically turn this into a mechanical mod. So whatever you have in there for battery life is going to dump just like a mechanical mod onto it. So that's a nice little feature there if you like bypass mode. The next mode that they have on there is your smart mode technology, where this is here where you can set up your wattage from 1 watt to 80 watts. But when you put on different atomizers or tanks, you go into your smart mode, you set that up, and once you fire onto it, it'll lock that resistance and for that tank into there, up to 10 different atomizers / tanks. And you can just keep on putting them onto there, and you can adjust that to there. So when you put it on, it'll automatically will remember. And if you actually go over 10 different atomizers / tanks, it will kick the first one off. So it'll just, but like I said, it'll give it a memory to what it is for that coil or tank for there. So when you go to put a new one on, it's going to ask you if it's a new when you're in smart mode, and it'll, like I said, it will lock that into that device, so it'll remember that for you going forward. So let's get into the next feature. And now we're in our nickel, and once you're in your nickel, you can go through, and like I said, this will go all the way up to 600 watts, all the way down to 200. But if you press down again after that, then it'll change right back over to your Celsius, 315, and it'll stop at 100. But once you lift up, you can go down and it'll bring it right back over to Fahrenheit. So it will round robin, but you just have to do it manually. And like I said, this is in your nickel, and I normally run my nickel right around, come on, a little too fast for me, usually right around 490. But you can see here, it tells you your ohms and your wattage right there. Now if you want to keep it at 490 degrees, but you want to lower your wattage or raise your wattage, if you hold either the center button, and if you want to lower your wattage, you would take your center and your bottom one, and it's going to bring it up, and you can lower your wattage, and then you can just adjust your back up. And the same way, going the other way, if you want to bring up your wattage, and bring it back down. And now it's adjusted up to 58 watts, just the way I had it. And also now, if you want to go into titanium, same thing. You would hold the center button down. It's going to change over to your titanium. Hold it down again. There's your stainless steel. Now this is set up, I believe, for 304 stainless steel. But if you want to get into the next one, which is going to be your memory for your TCRs, you got 1 and memory 2 and memory 3, and then it's going to round robin over to your regular wattage again and bypass. And now we're back into our nickel, which we'll go into that when I fill it up, because I do have nickel into it. Now, if you wanted to change, there's a couple little things here that if you want to change your screen rotation onto it, shut your unit off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now it's off. And if you hold, just like on a lot of eLeaf products, if you hold the up and down button together, hold it a second, and it'll flip from that way to that way. Let's bring it back to where I want it. There we go, onto that. That way, it'll do that, and then you, like I said, 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. That'll bring you over to that. We've gone over that. Yeah, I think that's about it. Let's turn this back on, show you how to fill this unit here, and then we'll get up on top. This is a used coil already, because I've been using it already, just because I've been trying it for the past week. But let's put some of this, it's called Cobalt Crush, which is like a blueberry Danish. That's another new flavor from Evo that NICOTINE did send over. This is off their High VG line. And got a review coming up onto that. So let's... I love the bottling onto it. Just the labeling and everything is just phenomenal. So if this was a brand new coil, you would prime it. You would put a couple drops into your center here, and then you'd put a couple drops into each of your little holes just to get it primed up. And then you would assemble your tank, pop your top off. Now we're going to find out if this is a 5 milliliter tank or not, because one of the cool features that you get from NICOTINE and from Halo and all of them is that if you look at the your inner tube, this is a full 1 milliliter thing, and so if this says it's a 5 mil, so if I go 5 times to that line right there, it's not gonna pick it up, is it? You can see the little lines on there, and they have increments of 1 mil, 3/4 of a mil, half a mil, and 1/4 of a mil. So let's fill it up. Let's see what happens. Alright, so there's the first mil. 1 mil. 2 mils. 3 mils. As you can see, they're all right under 1 mil. There's 4 mils. Can we do it? Yes, we can. And there we go. And 5 mils looks. Mils looks good. So I will agree with him on the 5 mils. So let's throw this onto here. And now let's see on temperature control. I have it set up for 490. Let me know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see it's at 490. I'm going to press the button onto this here. I got it at 57.7 watts, 0.18 on your ohms. Let's see what it does. Gives you your temperature protection when it hits right up to there. Very, very cool. All right, well, let me take a rip onto it, and let's take it up to the top. Alright, so welcome back up on top. Again, we took a look at the Halo Reactor 80-watt box mod and tank that they sent over. They send this over as a starter kit. I had talked to Matt over there, and he explained to me that they call it a starter kit, because I told him my impressions of it was I don't feel it should be called a starter kit. It should be called more of like an intermediate kit, because if someone's just changing over from cigarettes over to vaping, they really shouldn't be starting out with nickel control. That's more for, you don't know the nuances of using temperature control yet. So you should be actually starting off with the other ones, which they have other kits for that. But like I said, that starter kit, in my opinion, it bothers me. It should be called like an intermediate kit or an intermediate starter kit for the person that is graduating up to the next step. That's been gone through, from the low end of from vaping, and gone to the next step and to the next step, and now they want a device that's going to last them a few years. It's going to be consistent, and it's going to grow with them for that. So that's why I say the intermediate. Again, this is the eLeaf product overall, rebranded for Halo, but there's a lot of input onto this here. They have, like I said, you have the 10 memory bank for the different atomizers and the coils. It has the 3 different memory settings for your TCRs. It is a 5,000 mAh battery. This thing will go for days. And then, like I said, you can do your nickel, your titanium, your stainless steel, and it does have all your different TCRs. It does come with the 2 coils, but like I showed you, that they do have multiple choices of coils, but also your Triton and your Atlantis coils will also work into it, so you have more options again. If you were just to purchase the battery over on Halo, it's $43. If you buy the whole complete kit, it's $75, but they also give you a 30 ml bottle of juice, of their high VG juice of your choice, that you can get for the $75 also. That's a big plus in itself there. What else can I tell you about it? Also, like I said, with the firmware upgrade, if you would go over not to Halo, but you would go over to eLeaf, and you can get the firmware upgrade over there. Just go onto it, and then just go to their section for your different firmware upgrades and whatnot. There's a little section onto it, and you can get it for either your Windows or for Mac. They have it on there, like I said, and it's gonna, once you go in there, and if you're a Cuboid owner, you're gonna be able to see it. You're gonna recognize it right away. It's gonna be very similar to it, and you can put your own logo on, but I think it's got to be like 16.9 by whatever. It's got to be a small logo, but you can put a logo onto it. It does allow you to do that. There's a lot of pluses into this, and again, I like the way that the tank on there, because they give you the Halo here, here, and here, all the way around. So no matter where you have it on there, you're going to see it, so it's going to look clean. This being 23.5 millimeters onto here, this tank right here looks perfect onto it. It fits perfectly onto it. 22, 23 millimeters is all going to look good onto here. Anything bigger than that, it's going to look kind of funky. I know my wife uses it. She uses the Kangertech, one of the Kangertech ones. I think it's like an 18.5. She uses it. She loves this thing, and with it being a 5,000, and she's not a real heavy vapor, so she don't use a lot of wattage. It lasted over a week, and she's only used probably a quarter of the wattage, the power onto this thing. She usually runs it right around 25, 30 watts, so she don't use a lot of wattage onto it, but like I said, this thing goes for days. That's a plus in itself there. The tank, like I said, getting back to that, this was actually designed by Freemax. I talked to Matt over there, and yes, they have used their design onto it, but again, they're using proven parts, where the eLeaf is the actual designer of this with made for Halo. you're getting a quality product because you know E-Leaf has been tried and true. They're big plus. They're very reliable. So why not? More companies should do the same thing. If you're just an e-juice company but you want to start setting up kits for other people, you want to get a product that's going to be good and it's going to be reliable and it's something that everybody's going to know. So why not? This is perfect. And the same thing with the tank. It's been tried and true. Anybody that has tried any of the Freemax tanks knows they're good quality. And anybody that has the Silatank knows I have 3 of those Silatanks that I use daily. I love them. I love the airflow. I love just the cleanness of everything. Everything is top notch. So if I was to go out, or if my wife was to go out and lose this, would I go out and get it again? Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely for sure under that. I would give this an overall rating from 0 to 10. I'd probably give this whole kit, I'm going to give this kit, say, at 8.5. And a lot of it is due to that it does come with just the 2 nickel coils, but that's just an opinion of mine. That doesn't mean anything. Like I said, if it said intermediate starter kit, I think that would be a little bit better in my mindset for the nickel. But overall, big thumbs up. That's going to do it for tonight, folks. So again, all their links will be down below. Definitely go check them out. This is definitely a one that you guys should definitely check out. It's going to be a solid mod. It's going to last you. I have probably 7, 8 different E-Leaf products. They're consistent. They don't break. They go, go, go. They're like the Energizer Bunny. They just keep on going. I would definitely recommend this. All right, people, that's going to do it for tonight. So until the next time, keep vaping.